Hi all, Marc D, CutRock'R here. Something a little bit different today. I've finally managed to track down a couple of OzWheels 164 diecast, designed in Australia of Australian cars. So I had to buy them online, unfortunately. Couldn't find them in the shops around here, though I'm sure they'll turn up somewhere. No doubt many of you would have already seen these, or to many of my American, English and Canadian friends, and wherever you are, you may not have seen them. These are excellent castings of classic Australian muscle cars. The quality of the cards is very good quality for people that want to be collectors. They seem to be very well packaged. This is the Barn Find series car. For me, it's not barn find, it's hard to find. I did like this one, and this is one I would have liked to have gotten. And nicely detailed. I'm going to get them out of the packet because I'm no collector. And this one here is an HJ Monza. Aussie firepower. But the thing that's going to be a little bit different with this vehicle is I'm not just going to open them up and put them on the shelf. I'm going to open them up and really open them up, and well, we're going to investigate how we're going to turn this into a Bathurst killer to race up at Bathurst Diecast. There's a series coming up there soon. I have a whisper, and I figure a team of Australian Holdens from an Australian company, OzWheels. I'm pretty sure that that'll be something that'll be interesting. But let's dive into these cars a little bit more. I tell you what, these would have modded up beautifully for street stocks at Low Country Diecast Racing League when they ran that series. Good Australian muscle there. I brought in a couple of friends because sometimes when you look at castings you go, oh gee, is the is the track on the right going to be wide enough, or is the wheelbase, how's that? Well, just to give you an idea of the basis, so we'll grab the Monaro, and we'll grab what we know is a very popular casting. Yep, wonky wheels and all. And I'll just stand up. As you can see, the basis and the width, the length of the vehicle, the wheelbase, pretty much identical to a front-running Fairmont. So, and the good part about that is the casting's not too wide. There's a lot of trouble nowadays if you're running on 3D printed corners. Some of the corners are really having an effect on castings that are slightly wider. It's something to consider, and it's also something for the 3D printing designers to consider to remove that impediment in future constructs. But yeah, so that's quite promising. And we'll just grab the Monza, and once again it's probably got a, and I'll just, for the sake of the show, as you can see, the OzWheels, yeah, look, they're pretty similar, or close enough similar to start off with, than two well-known Hot Wheels castings. So that's very promising. So yeah, something to be worked on. I'm a racer, not a collector. Let's go. Well, here are my two victims. I've drilled the rivets, and one-handedly we will see how I go opening these up. Yes, nothing's ever that easy, is it, when you're doing it live on camera. Right, okay. We'll have a look at that in a minute. See what all that's about. Okay. Well, it's definitely a metal chassis, which is good. Yeah. So I might be able to utilize that actually. Just a little bit more to drill out to the plastic bits that are holding it down. And that's interesting. I will have a closer look. Well, inside the cars, well, there's plenty of room. If you want to repaint the cars, you'll just have to drill out the mushrooms for the windscreen and the windows. But as you can see, those posts are quite big, so you can put in your normal screws in those. It's just they have a really small mushroom. Let's have a look a bit closer. Well, one interesting thing to note is and I'm not sure if it's the same with most of the other cars that they do in the range, but the chassis are identical. And obviously you've got to get rid of these because the inner guards are not going to be needed. Yeah, that must just be some sort of a racing or strength bit, but yeah, no, the chassis are interchangeable. There you go, I've done a wheel swap video. Look, that was quick. There we go. Actually, the black wheels look pretty good on the Monaro. There you go, see? Ah, interesting. Well, another thing to note. As you can see here with the standard wheels that this vehicle's got on it, if you're running on a Hot Wheels track or even most open tracks, you'd have body rub on the track, so it's important to get the width of your new axles right to help offset that. If you're running at Bathurst, it's not so much of an issue there at all. I think some cars with inside wheels can do very well there, because a lot of the time they're just freewheeling. They're not rubbing the track very often, and if they do, it's normally the points of the car. Just playing around with some scrap medium-sized wheels to see how things might roughly line up. One thing I am liking is, one of the things I'm going to have to do is some wheel hogging. Now I've just got to get this into focus somehow. Yep. There's plenty of meat there for me to be able to open up the wheel wells. So we're not going to be going through the tops of any guards there, which is good. And like I said, I'm going to be trying my best to keep to the profile that was standard, just making it bigger for the clearances. That's the Monaro, and the Monza's could focus straight away. Plenty of meat there, front and back. So that's
End
good.
of part one. For most diecast mod races, you've probably seen enough. You know what to do. And I think you can see there is plenty of scope for doing it in this OzWheels castings. Part two, if you wish, I'll discuss the many different options you've got if you want to put wheels under this car and make it go fast. There are plenty of options out there, and hey, what I suggest, well, may or may not suit you. Cheers.